I think actually sort of both. So
I don't know how this will turn out, but this guy that moved the dresser and mirror down the street and slept under it for a day and a half is now making the mirror into a canvas for his art.
Integrating models
Pretty fascinating.
into, for example, IDEs or code completion.
What is it we used to say?
Intuit has done with
share your drugs
about TurboTax, extending products with AI systems and large language models. I think there's going to be a lot of that. A second thing that I think is going to happen is that the chatbot is also going to be extended by kind of reaching into a lot of the tools and being able to do things for you, right? This is the personal assistant.
I'll come back to this later. Let's watch him a few minutes more, though.
Technology for you. So I think
he's on a roll.
Things will exist. They may correspond roughly to enterprise and consumer, or it may be a little bit more blurry than that. We, of course, are more focused on the enterprise, but really we deploy AI in in every surface we can find.
I have a suspicion that next week at Google's event, Google I/O, and next month at Apple's event, WWDC, we're going to hear a lot from those companies about integrating AI into their software, into their operating systems. I'm curious, like, what kind of lane exists for the kind of third-party app like the Claude app that you just introduced on iOS?
So I don't know. I think our general.
So this guy seems to be a loner. I mean, he's alone. That's a pretty good definition of a loner.
And I think once having built that model, we can deploy it in every possible. And we find a lot of folks find it, useful to use the model.
He likes
on
it,
mobile.
so he turns and screams at the world.
One thing I would also hint at that we've kind of
I scream back.
started to
share your
move
drugs.
towards is,
share
recently
your drugs.
released a Teams product, and of course, that's going to be on mobile as well. And the direction we're going in that is towards a more enterprise direction. If we think of the current chatbots, when people try and deploy chatbots in an enterprise setting, it's a bit like
it's like a simulation, like we're in a simulation,
and then kind of ask them to work with a coworker
this
at
guy's
a particular company, right? They don't
got
necessarily
mirror.
have all the context. So I think we're working in the direction of trying to make it more like an informal,
making the mirror into art.
Databases hooking it up to company-specific information, and I think the mobile app is going to be part of that in addition to having the consumer experience.
So you and your
And
co-founders
further
are
over,
known as the team that spun out of
we have an art gallery opening, a show opening over there,
that don't develop unforeseen risks that are safe.
and
How
here,
did you come to develop your kind of concerns about the potential direction of AI?
an artist, a street artist. I mean, I've never seen anything like this.
We see
Any idea?
an incredible amount of potential benefit from this technology, right? Something that Dario and I talk about a lot, together with the company, with our co-founders, is this technology to transform sectors like healthcare, right? Or even science.
He waves at the silence going by.
With us, Pfizer, the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, right? The type of work that they're doing is truly amazing, and we're proud to be able to support businesses like that.
You think of Van Gogh
We have felt very strongly that
painting and
there
then
are
saying,
some lessons to be learned from kind of prior, technological
this guy has,
waves or innovation.
he brought
And
a
this is not
bag
that, we're so
of
incredibly
maybe,
prescient. We've
you can
just
see
had,
down there if
several
this
decades
video
down the
works.
line to kind of
He's
look
got
back
the
on
drawer
things
out
like social media and
on
say,
the
wow,
on
there
the
was a lot of
vanity
good that came out of this,
bottom,
but there were also
and
a
it's
lot of
absolutely
harms that were
filled
caused by this
with
technology.
magic markers.
Whether or not you could have anticipated this
Now
in
he's
advance,
headed
it's
down the
hard to say,
street.
but I think we are trying to be the most responsible actors that we can be, and think about what are the potential externalities that could be caused kind of accidentally.
He looks over at the other art group.
We really try and take a very broad approach
Disappears
to
around
how we
the
think about
corner.
that. Of course, we don't have all the answers. We try to be humble, but we've tried very, very hard to sort of think about
Let's
what are the areas where
see if we can get anything closer
to
of the art group.
leaders in this space.
Dario, I don't know if you caught the introductory video.
The art opening
Stage, but there was a little clip of
on
Emily last year
Valencia.
at this conference asking Sam Altman with kind of wonderful simplicity, why should
The
we trust
lenses
you?
on this
And after
camera
B, he
are
goes,
pretty
"You
good.
shouldn't."
I don't
And so I'm
know
gonna
what
ask you the same question.
I've seen where you can
my view has always
you
been
can pick
to
out
people
points in the video and expand it just like scraping your fingers on the screen.
We've tried to build
Maybe this can be done with this, but
that's trustworthy both in societal
I'm shooting a
sense
half a
and
block away, so
companies can trust us with their data sets. I think in the end,
I imagine the cops' facial recognition,
you have to develop a reputation
photography
of
will
doing
be
what you
much
say
better.
and saying what you do, and
But I'm wondering, is this guy, this artist,
that's what we've tried to develop over time.
working on
I
the
think there are
mirror?
broader societal questions about
Where
if
did
the
that boy
technology
go?
becomes truly powerful, to a level that that we haven't seen in a century or so. Then we start to ask questions about kind of democratic legitimacy.
And
it's not
the
so
liquor
much about
store
trust, it's about,
is closed
is this so big
on
that,
Friday night at
there
10
needs to
o'clock.
be some democratic,
What's up with
democratic
that?
mandate and involvement of the government. I don't think we've reached those questions
gotta
yet,
be.
but I suspect they're closer than we think. And
I don't
you
know
then-
what kind of
then
operation,
we should think about mechanisms of
I
democratic.
bet the owner and the owner of the building
You
wants
guys
at the
have
same
raised over
time.
$7 billion in purchasing
And
Amazon
the best I can
helping
figure
to
is
accelerate this AI arms race.
these guys must cater
And
huge
it's like
parties
it's a
or
world
something.
safer now than it was 3 years
And
ago before we
there's
started.
this isn't the only one of these liquor stores. There's another one in Cow Hollow, I believe. But they certainly don't count on foot trade, and especially the Budweiser trade, because they don't carry anything cheap. It's almost like they want to discourage customers. I don't know why you'd even need to have a storefront if you didn't want foot traffic. Or it could be a front for laundering money or whatever. Maybe they say they make $10 million a month. The guy just kind of unbeknownst. I didn't notice it because he had his baseball hat on. He came by and came back and got the mirror and now disappeared around the corner. I wonder if he's going to bring the chest of drawers next. Maybe he's going to change his location and paint over on the other side.
That is what they're saying to competitors, right? They're saying, hey, we don't feel confident that your models are as safe as Anthropic's. That's actually a great market signal, right? I think that there is a way in which we view our impact not just from the work that we do directly, but really from how we impact the market, policy, right? We try as much as possible to be very open about trends we're seeing.
The flashing light below is lighting up the Free Palestine sign in the window. And on this side I have a District 9
I think that's real.
So.
But we often try to counteract that with a race to the top, which is we try to set a good example.
I wonder what he did with his
In order to set that good example,
painting he
you have
did
to
on the mirror.
That others actually respond to our signal and get moved by our signal. An example of this is, we pioneered this concept of a responsible scaling plan. We put this out last September, and within a few months, OpenAI put out a similar thing. It really seemed to us that us putting ours out helped spur the efforts by others. Now we've heard that Google is doing the same thing on podcasts, and I've heard similar, at least whisperings of other companies doing the same thing. I think in areas
This
like
guy's not showing off for a
interoperability,
crowd because
we developed
he
the
doesn't
notion of
know we're
constitutional
watching
AI,
him.
and I think just yesterday one of our competitors put out a concept very similar to it.
You guys clearly left OpenAI in part because of some concerns, right, about the direction of the company and whether your values were aligned. Are any of the
Maybe
fears that you
something
had
insane.
back then now being manifested
No,
by what you're
not
seeing?
something insane because he's creating art.
What I would say here is
And I liked it. I liked the stuff I saw that he had out this afternoon. I may have gotten pictures of it. I
We
don't
saw
know.
this opportunity to go out and really build
But as
something
Glenn,
where everybody was kind of aligned from the start about
As Glenn used to say at the
we've always had
firehouse,
this very
Glenn
strong
Crosby
kind
used
of
to say,
focus around wanting to develop
this guy ain't no ordinary Hoosier.
responsible and safe and reliable, right? All the words I've been using.
Bulldog
And I
out.
think that